Hello there, Shelly here with Shelly Can Help, and we are going to make another healthy recipe. It's been a long time since I've done a breakfast food other than like oatmeal, so I'm excited to do this. Today we're going to make these beautiful spinach and turkey sausage egg muffins. These are wonderful because once you cook them, you can freeze them and just pull out 3 or 4 at a time. And so I recommend you double this recipe so you always have these. They'll keep in the fridge for like a week or 2. I promise you they're not gonna last that long. They're so delicious. One of my favorite ways to eat them is once they, come out of the oven, put them on your plate. And then I love to put a little bit of salsa on top of them. They are delicious with a little bit of avocado. Oh my goodness, you're not gonna be able to eat just one. But let's get started. I just wanna tell you before we get started, I want to encourage you and inspire you in your own kitchen, the everyday cook, just to change up some of the ingredients in your food so that your meals are a little healthier. I don't believe I ever want you to just clean out your pantry or your fridge. I don't want you to go extreme and become vegan. If you are, that's fine. I just want to encourage you to spend a little bit more time in your kitchen. And when you do, think about the ingredients that you're putting in your food. None of my recipes are complicated. None of my recipes use weird ingredients. I just want to show you that eating healthy doesn't have to be complicated, time-consuming, or difficult. Even if you're just a beginner in the kitchen or you know you need to cook and you hate to cook, these recipes are perfect for you. You don't have to be an expert to make any of my delicious food. All right, let's get started. What I'm gonna do is start off with our produce. I just need to do a little bit of chopping. Now, keep in mind, you can put anything in these egg cups that you want. Today, I am using these adorable miniature red bell peppers, but you can use green onion, you could use zucchini. It's completely up to you. But I'm using red bell peppers. Bell peppers are really good for us because they are loaded with vitamin C. Especially during these times, we really need to boost our immune system, and bell peppers have more vitamin C content than an orange. So I really want you to think outside the box when it comes to eating vitamin C. It's much better to eat it than to take it as a supplement. My cutting board is moving around, I apologize. I'm just going to roughly chop these. It doesn't have to be perfect. If my cutting board wasn't moving, it would be easier. But what we're going to do, so these are loaded with vitamin C. I didn't take the seeds out with these little ones. They're so tiny that you really don't need to do that. And I'm just going to give them a rough chop. There we go. And we're also, today, I'm gonna use cilantro. You could use parsley if you want. Get those fresh herbs in your food as much as possible, especially cilantro and parsley. They have a lot of minerals, and they help remove heavy metals from the body, so they just have a lot of benefits. And they're delicious, right? Did you know that, I've said this before, but if you're new to my videos, maybe you haven't heard this, some people say that cilantro tastes like soap. That is actually legit true. So it's not just a taste bud thing. If cilantro tastes like soap to you, number one, I'm so sorry because it's so delicious and so good for us. But you have an enzyme in your body that I don't have. And so that's why it tastes like soap. Lucky for me, it does not taste like soap. So I eat cilantro a lot. All right, I'm just finishing up this bell pepper. And I'm just going to take these bell peppers and move my cutting board so you can see and put them in a bowl. Put those in here. If you want to spice this up, feel free to add jalapeno. Really, you can't go wrong with any vegetable that you want to add to these cups. All right, so I'm just going to take some cilantro, get rid of the stems as much as possible. It's okay if you get stems in. I mean, they're healthy too. And what I like to do is take my herbs and just roll them like a cigar, just a roll like this. Just makes it easier. Keep the tip of your knife on the cutting board and push and pull your knife back and forth, and rock it. And we're just going to cut it up a little bit. Now, you can put garlic in these if you want. I'm going to leave it out today, but you can. We're definitely going to put some salt and pepper So there's the pepper. Make sure when you have your sea salt that you buy sea salt, not white table salt. I say that in every one of my videos because I'm firm and I stand firm in that. Sea salt has minerals from the sea, and you just want to make sure when you buy your sea salt that it doesn't have any other ingredients in there. Shouldn't be anti-caking agents. There should not be iodine in your salt. We really just want a good old sea salt. I use pink Himalayan sea salt, but absolutely any sea salt will do. You can use kosher salt. It just doesn't have the nutrients that sea salt has in the minerals, so that's why I choose sea salt. They have the fine grade now, so you can cook with it, bake with it, season with it. It's all I use in my kitchen for salt. All right, now what we're gonna do is we are going to put our bowl aside and we are going to chop, just roughly chop baby spinach. It doesn't have to be completely like chopped all the way. We just want to rough chop it so we don't have big spinach leaves in our little egg cups. The spinach takes up a lot of room until it's cooked down. These are turkey and spinach egg cups, so spinach is the star of the show. We love leafy greens in our diet. Get as many leafy greens in your diet as you can. They have fiber, they have vitamins and minerals. I go ahead and put those in here. All right, now next up, I guess we need to add eggs to our egg muffins. So I'm gonna get my bowl out and we're gonna crack some eggs and get to going on that, and then we're gonna mix everything together and put it in a muffin pan. Okay, so as you saw, I took 8 eggs, whisked them in a bowl, and then I added a little bit of vegetable broth. That's just gonna help make the eggs not so runny, kind of makes them a little more liquidy to help pour them easier, and it gives them also another added savory piece to the recipe. Now, what I did in this bowl, just to recap, I did spinach, bell pepper, salt and pepper, and then, is that it? You can do green onion if you want, zucchini if you want, jalapeno if you want. Today I'm just keeping it a little simpler. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna add in some nutritional yeast. I love things that are a little cheesy. So we're gonna add nutritional yeast in there. I love this brand, it's Anthony's. Nutritional yeast is dehydrated sugar cane and it has a cheesy flavor. So people that are vegan will often use this in all of their dishes. I'm not vegan, but I use it because it is loaded with antioxidants, it has protein, it's just really good for us. And it makes everything richer and just delicious. So I add nutritional yeast a lot. All right, now that we've added the nutritional yeast, now we're gonna add in our turkey sausage that I've just browned in a pan ahead of time, just to save a little camera time. This is turkey sausage. So you know the sausage packages, breakfast sausage, that's what it is, but it's made with turkey instead of pork. And I browned it in a pan and I drained it. So then we're just gonna add it to the spinach mixture. And now what we're gonna do is just pour in the eggs into our spinach and sausage. And we're gonna just give it a mix. Depending on your eggs, if you're not huge eggs, you may need to use 9 or 10 eggs. But I think mine's gonna be fine with 8. All right, now we're just gonna pour this into an oiled muffin pan. I love the silicone pans so much because they are just so easy to get all the food out. You can just pop them like this, and then you don't have to worry about them being difficult to come out of the pan. I dispersed them evenly between the 12 muffin cups, and I just wiped the edges to get all the egg off so it didn't stick to the sides of the muffin pan. And now we're going to put them in an oven at 375. I'm going to start it at like 15 minutes and just look at them. You'll know when the eggs are not liquidy anymore. So we're going to stick those in the oven, and I'll be right back. All right, the egg muffins are out of the oven. I want to make a correction in my recipe. You'll get the full recipe below, in the link below, but I wanted to tell you that I ended up adding 2 more eggs because I used a full tube of sausage. There wasn't enough egg mixture in there, so I added 2 more eggs. So this recipe I'm going to tell you now is going to call for 10 eggs if you use a full tube of turkey sausage. If you just want to use like half or 3/4 of a turkey sausage tube, you can use 8 eggs. It's kind of where I'm at. You just want to see it. You'll know the consistency when you pour it into the egg muffins. Another little trick that I learned is that you don't need to fill them all the way. I mean, very close to all the way, like more than 3/4, but don't let them overflow because then they'll just kind of run, because they will rise a little bit. So here they are, right out of the oven, like they're real still really hot. So I'm just going to pop them out. Now I greased my muffin tin with avocado oil cooking spray, so they did not stick at all. There you have it, beautiful egg muffins. I will typically eat, let me see if I can get it closer to the camera. Gorgeous, so full of nutrients and flavor. I will typically eat 2, but by all means, if you have a teenage son in the house, he'll probably eat 4 of these. But that mixture, my recipe, makes perfect 12 egg muffins. Again, you can freeze these, put them in the refrigerator, and you can heat them up over the next 4, 5, 6 days. Just a really good, quick, easy, healthy breakfast that's loaded with protein and fiber and deliciousness. Now, you can dip this in salsa. You can dip it in marinara if you want. I'm going to dip mine in salsa today, especially with that cilantro. They just complement each other. So easy and so quick. I just want to show you that healthy recipes don't have to be super complicated or time consuming. I used real ingredients, simple and easy, and I hope that you make it. If you do make any of my recipes, please, please, please take a picture of them and tag me on social media. I love seeing people getting in the kitchen, rolling up their sleeves, and making recipes that are health friendly and that your body will thank you for. I'm going to go for now, but I have one question before I do. What is on your fork? Bye for now.